Yeah, I actually want to watch that video. Let me go back and let me save it. Go back and watch that video. Let me do. Yeah, we'll just go live there. That's fine. How are you guys? How's everybody doing? Let's chat about it. Let's chat about what's happening right now. Because it's not good. It's not a good thing. Wait for some people to get in here. Thank you guys for joining. When you do get in here, make sure you guys tap the like button on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitch. Make sure you guys hit the like button. FTX, man. FTX, FTT token. I'm glad I advised against a lot of people buying FTT token. Things are just not looking good in the crypto market. I mean, seriously, it's looking really, really bad. So hopefully we can see some positivity eventually, but with everything that's going on with FTX, I mean, it's absolutely insane. Thank you to all the people that are in here. If you haven't had a chance to double tap the screen, please do so. If you are on YouTube, again, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me put out a poll really quick. You know, I have to do it. We got 302 people on TikTok. It seems like every time I go live, it like hits the For You page, but then, you know, quickly decreases. So we'll probably wait for that to happen, which is happening right now. So it's cool. We got 38 people over on YouTube. One person over on Twitch. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let me see. Did you hit the like button? Did you hit the like button yet? Yep, we gotta put that poll out there. FTD down almost 90, or FTT down almost 90%. Yikes! I know, it's down a heck of a lot. And I mean, someone called me in the comment section in one of my videos a cliff jumper, and I was like, what do you mean by that? You're saying I take on a lot of risk? I try and take on a little bit of risk. I do look at risky plays, but I go very conservative on those risky plays. As you see with something that had a lot of risk with Terra Luna Classic, I only bought $40 worth. That's most likely because I only could buy $40 worth. I would have bought way more. What up? What it be? What it is? What's up? How you doing? Right now the crypto market is down. That's what we're talking about. It's been down for what, 2 days? I mean, it's been down for pretty much an entire year, if not a little bit more than that. But yeah, it's been down quite a bit, and it's still down. Has Solana bottomed out yet? I wouldn't say that it officially bottomed out because we don't know what's going to happen to the crypto market right now. We could see a lot more negativity that flows through because of what's still happening with FTT token. People that can't get out of their positions. You know, it's sitting at about $2.72, or a $348 million market cap. Now, my theory, what's going on? Rex Sports, thank you for being here. What I thought was going to happen, it didn't end up happening. Obviously, because Binance sees something worse than what they thought, than what we all thought. While they were thinking about acquiring Binance, it's now understandable that Binance is pulling out because of all the information that surfaced. You have not only just like, hundreds of millions of dollars that you have to eat up, it's billions of dollars that, is owed. And that's definitely a different situation than owing hundreds of millions in the crypto market, in any market really. Morning, Matt. Where has the Meta headset gone? It's right over here. It's actually not charged, um, because I played it recently and I didn't end up charging it. I actually put it on the charging dock, but the actual headset doesn't have a magnetic bottom to it, which bothers the hell out of me because I can't really tell if it's charging or not. Yeah, so then I have to wait for the light to go up, but I have to make sure it like goes on there. But when it comes to the controllers, those are magnetic. They attach to it. Most likely another low pending SBF investigation. I would agree. I used to YouTube. Okay, glad you're here on TikTok. Oh, you're used to YouTube and you're glad that I'm here on TikTok. I like TikTok. It's fun. It's short form. I mean, they're doing like longer videos. I think you can do like 5 or 10 minute videos now. So um all of these part twos that you see should be gone, but we don't. They're still here. I have 2,000 FTT on what platform? I bought some more LUNC CRO SHIB. Not quite giving up on it yet, and grabbed a bit of Tonic during the sale. Any thoughts on Tonic? So my thoughts on Tonic is I'm not the biggest fan on Tonic. I don't like the dilution potential, and I also don't like the top holders. Now, the longer it goes, the more we know that those top holders are legit, unless we're not seeing any type of movement. And then when we do see movement, they end up making moves for themselves. But some of them are like foundations and staking pools and all that stuff, which is not a bad situation to be in. It's just tough to deal with 76% of the overall supply is up in the top 8 wallets. That's probably my issue. I recently just bought more Ethereum. If you didn't see my video going all in on Ethereum, I'm buying more Ethereum constantly. Any thoughts on how do you say that? Illuvinium? I've actually seen that play before, seen that investment before, but I haven't actually explored it. So I'll have to like deeply explore it because I think I've seen it. Currently at 45 cent or $45.26, down 4%, which is not worse than the entire market. It's down, but it's not that bad. You are seeing heavy dilution percentage, so seeing 16% of total supply that is out there currently, and looking at the 84% that's still sitting out there that could dilute the overall position bothers me and would bother a lot of people because that price will not only be cut in half. If they decided to add everything, it will be cut into smaller pieces, and that $45 will become something way less. However, we don't know what their dilution strategy actually is, or I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to say that it will be diluted, but it's just the thought of it being diluted is the problem. Now, we know that there are a ton of positions out there that have dilution potential. But again, you want to research it a little bit more, understand how they are applying all of this. So if they add, 1 million every year, then that would obviously be a situation where it's diluted by 10% each year. And you want to see, growth and, hopefully more volume, more popularity into the position as more dilution is happening. If you don't see that, it's not a good situation. So it has potential. Let me go into actually the chart. So it obviously has potential. Doesn't have much history, but obviously has potential. Will it get back up to 1800 again? That really all depends. And I would say majority of it depends on those two things, popularity and the overall circulating supply. You just bought 85 or 87 FTT. I mean, it's not a horrible position, but you never know what's going to happen. Right now, FTX is going bankrupt. You know, it's not something that's being bailed out. We would hope that they get bailed out by somebody, but $8 billion is a lot of money. Do you think it's possible for yesterday's LUNC pump to be because Binance bought for burns at a lower price? No, I think probably part of it. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. But I think part of it is people see low prices in a position that they believe in that has a lot of popularity. You're going to see that move in a more positive manner than you would see other positions. So you wouldn't see LUNC attacked as hard. You wouldn't see Shiba Inu attacked as hard. I'm very surprised that Terra Luna Classic didn't drop down to where it had a potential chance to gain another zero, because I know a lot of people would have loved that. I would have loved that. It would be amazing to pick up 1 million LUNC for $10. I would love to pick that up, because then if that's the case, I would definitely make a move for the short term, picking up 1 million LUNC for, and I understand if it drops to zero, it would be $90 per million, but obviously dropping more, I would love to see that happen, but you know, it didn't. Thank you for following user 017534446. My question is, all this money FTX lost, who actually benefits from the loss? I would probably say, well, what are they going to go through? Are they going to go through probably lawyers, maybe? Nobody really benefits. I think Binance does benefit from it, because all those investors there may be a lot of investors that don't want to get into crypto anymore, but there may be a ton of investors that want to, move over to a different platform, move over to Binance. So Binance may get a lot more users. Coinbase may get a lot more users. Crypto.com may get a lot more users. Is it BlackRock? I don't think BlackRock really benefits from it. Wasn't BlackRock an investor in FTX? That would make them, be on more of the negative side, lose money out of this situation. Short sellers benefit. Yes, short sellers do benefit. FTX is dead, guys. Stay the hell away from it. Put some dollars into Luna T if you want to, or if you want. It held up pretty well during this crash. I actually haven't checked to see what happened with Luna T. Let me change my screen. Currently, Luna T is down 16 or 17%. That's not horrible. It's at 0.0000 it's at a $3.2 million market cap. Seeing the volume at about 100,000. They need to make their moves to get on other exchanges, but the trouble is now, do people trust any exchange? I would say any exchange that offers things that you can't really agree with or believe in. There's going to be a lot of people that are just skeptical. BitBoy claimed that FTX CEO would be arrested by the FBI today or tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. All I know is he's already losing everything. Going from being on, I think he was on Forbes, right? And now nowhere. I literally was just once this all happened, I'm getting recommended videos of him talking about becoming a billionaire and all this other stuff. Lunatics is cheap now. Grabbing 500K to start gaining rewards is pretty cheap. Yeah, that's true. That is true. You can start gaining rewards, gaining LUNC rewards. And the crazy thing is, with more volume that happens here, it looks like you start to gain more Terra Luna Classic holding Lunatics token than you would in Terra Station with the 7% rewards that you end up getting over there. So it's looking pretty interesting. Coinbase is really all that safer, isn't really all that safer. Not offshore and public trading means high regulations and shareholders to report to. You're saying isn't all that safer or is all that safer? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to follow you. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning. I can't see your name. Good morning, though. You dollar cost averaging on the way down? Yeah, certain things. So I did end up buying more Ethereum, but this was actually at a higher point. It was at 1,200. Oh, I'm sorry, 1,190 is where I invested more money into it. So I currently have another Ethereum. And now I have 4 Ethereum, and I'm going to continue to buy more Ethereum as time goes on. I might end up buying more Ethereum today, depending on if my money cleared in my bank account. Because I do believe in it above this point. That is the wrong password. So, yeah, I am dollar cost averaging down, though. What in the world, man? I don't know what's happening here. Let's see. Yeah, so I can make another purchase of Ethereum today, or I can buy something different. I was actually thinking about BNB, putting a couple thousand into BNB because I feel like BNB will be a big player. For the video I put out yesterday, talking about how, if they do acquire a lot of the investors over, or bringing all the investors over to Binance, that could be a good situation for BNB, a huge situation for BNB. Guys, we're only going to go till 8 o'clock today, so just to let you know, I just want to make sure I'm transparent. Thank you for following Bra Coffee 154. I appreciate it. Eventually, we're going to find a way to get this on my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at, but I don't know how to do it. I've reached out to TikTok. They don't give me access in streaming on desktop. That's what I need in order to do it on TikTok as well. That's 8% on all coins on FTX. That 8% on all coins on FTX was sweet, but may be too good to be true. Yes. This is the thing when the crypto market is struggling, and the crazy thing is, I don't want to blame this on CZ, but I am blaming it on CZ at the same time. I feel as though CZ knew that this would happen, right? They've been like fighting and bickering, back and forth, and showing that they don't like each other. And when CZ saw his opportunity to say, "I'm selling all my FTT token," like, here you go. Now it makes FTT, it makes FTX get into the situation where they didn't want to get into, right? If CZ doesn't make that tweet, right, then there's things that could happen, right? You can end up seeing a mass amount of people sell on FTX anyways, and then the amount of people that sell, they wouldn't have enough to pay their liabilities if too many people sell, right? And if it could have happened anyways, it probably would have been less likely to happen because there were more investors. It was actually increased investors in FTX, but they would have also had their continued, they would have continued to do what they are doing. But if CZ does make the tweet, which he did, obviously all of this happens no matter what. There's not a chance for it to happen. It will happen. So I kind of blame it on CZ. He wanted to collapse FTX, or stick it to them in a way. And that's what he did. And I think he wanted to collapse them to see what would they be able to acquire them, and would they be able to bring all the investors over and just stick it to them a little bit more. But then it's still just as good if they completely collapse FTX. So is Binance or CZ really for the people by making this a worse situation than it is? You know, it's just like any banking institution, right? And I'm not saying that, you know, crypto is like banking institution, but it's like any banking institution. If you go to your bank, and no matter how successful this bank is, if you go to your bank and you say, I want to withdraw all my money and everybody else, and you make it known, and they say, we can't do that, we don't have that much money, and then more people come to that branch and decide to do the same because they're afraid. They saw the video, went viral, they decided to take out all their money. The next person decided to take out all their money. Hundreds more people start to come, thousands more people start to come, and now the bank can't end up paying their liabilities. They end up going under because of the fact that they loan out all of their money in different forms of loans, whether it's mortgage loans, car loans, all of that other stuff. And a bank could go under as well if people take out their money too fast. This is the same thing that happened here, except it was a little bit more aggressive. So I think CZ might have started this whole thing. Well, he definitely did start this whole thing, and this was his plan from the beginning, was to collapse FTX to try and buy them. If not, just take them out of the game entirely. So I'm sitting here thinking that FTX didn't, and the truth shall be revealed. Cheaters never win. You're right. I think what a lot of these exchanges and what a lot of these players try to do is they try to over leverage themselves because they want to keep up with the best, right? They want to get to that level, but then they start talking smack, for lack of a better term, to all these bigger exchanges, and the bigger exchanges are like, I see everything you're doing. Here we go. They make an announcement. CZ makes an announcement, collapses FTX. It hurts us in a huge way, and yet he's all about the people. I don't know. Happy Caddy seems always to be slagging someone off. Other YouTubers can't be trusted. People like that with your coins seem very unstable. No wonder Terra Rebels kicked him out. I mean, I haven't seen anything that you're talking about. I wouldn't bash any other YouTubers or people on here. I'm not that type of person, so I won't comment on it. But I can tell you that one thing that I agree with some people that have talked to me about validators. I don't think we need that many validators. I don't think we need new validators. I think we need trustworthy validators that we like, maybe the top 50 validators within there or something. But we don't need a boatload of validators. Like if we look at something like Binance, for instance, I believe they have what, like 21, like they have less than 100 validators, and they seem to be doing well. They obviously are trustworthy. You don't have to micromanage all of these different validators that are there. So I'm not the biggest fan of having crazy amounts of validators, and even to have, no offense to Happy Caddy or Classy or Crypto King, to have any of them that have any type of influence on what people see by opinions to have a say in what you vote for. You know, you should have an opinion and people can go out and vote with different validators, but to have your opinion, but then also have maybe like 1 or 5% or 10% of the overall vote is not really a good situation in my book. For me, I feel that way. So that's why I haven't become a validator. I feel like that's mixing things you shouldn't mix. But Like if you actually have something like on chain, like I feel like Lunatic's token having a validator makes sense. They're not an influencer that comes out here and says, hey, oh, this is what I think about this position. This is what I think about this proposal. So let's make sure that the whole validator votes, this way and all. It's just, I don't know. It's mixing weird things. I just can't do it. And then also you have, you know, a lot of work that you have to maintain. CZ talking about, wait, CZ doesn't, it does the Elon pretty well. Also controls the crypto market and mastered the art. I see that. A lot of people see him and they're like, CZ is freaking amazing. He's the best person ever. He has Binance. He's made all of these great decisions, these great choices, and they believe every word that comes out of his mouth. So it, I don't know. It's weird to me, but he does seem to do a great Elon impersonation. I agree, Matt. It's a conflict of interest. On the stock side, it would be manipulation. True. CZ said he has not sold one LUNC. That's good enough for me to load. Richest, most powerful guy in crypto loves LUNC, follows the money and get rich quick. So you got to understand when you say he hasn't sold one LUNC, that means that his exchange hasn't sold one Terra Luna Classic because the volume is there. If the volume is there, he's not going to sell anything. If people are transacting with that position, he's not going to sell it. That's how it goes. So it doesn't really mean too much to me. What it does mean is that he wants control with every position. I don't want to sit here and feel like I'm a CZ basher because I'm not. I just don't like when people control or have that much power. Like the video I put out yesterday, he's power hungry. I think he is. I don't know about that, but he is a spotlight. He's in the spotlight for now. Means talking trash about people. Yeah, I don't want to talk trash about people like other influencers and stuff. Like they're bringing interest to the Terra Luna Classic and other investments as well. So I'm not going to sit here and talk trash on them. They have to make a living. Everybody has to make a living. Maybe you have said it already, but what do you think about Bitcoin and Ethereum's bottom? So Bitcoin's bottom looks a lot lower because it is definitely dropping to lower levels than what I expected. I didn't expect this whole FTX situation to transpire. I didn't expect it to happen. So did I expect it to fall down lower than 17.7? No, I didn't. But with this new news that's coming up, this is where that variable takes place. So in the past, I've talked about the fact that I believe Bitcoin's bottom was 17.7 and will not pass 17.7. However, a huge variable came into play, which is this whole FTX situation, which now pushes Bitcoin down lower because you see a lot of these exchanges, people that are holding and people that are selling held Bitcoin, hold, all of these other plays on these platforms. And that's why you're seeing it, sell off. So Bitcoin and Ethereum's bottom, I would say Ethereum's bottom probably looks more secure. You can see Bitcoin drop by 7% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum dropped by 2%. We're going to see Bitcoin's dominance decrease by 1%, almost at 37%, which is very, very interesting because then that brings the flippening into play. Does that mean that Bitcoin will drop heavily down to $10,000 or less than $10,000? It's possible. I'm not the biggest Bitcoin fan, but I can tell you it's something that's definitely drawing my attention. And the reason being is because if it gets down low enough, it creates a buy opportunity for something that can push up to $50,000, $60,000. So For me, Ethereum is stronger, and that's why I keep buying Ethereum. And you could see the strength as it's holding up at 1,200-ish versus hitting its all-time lows. Like if you look at Bitcoin's not all-time low, but the low for the last year or 2 years, you're seeing it at a level of where it is now, 16.4, right? 16.4, 15, it has dropped lower than 16. So 15.6 was the lowest point, right? And this was just recent in this drop. Ethereum in this last, because this, if you're looking in 24 hours in the last month, this is how low it has dropped within this downturn. If you go and look at Ethereum, so let's go back to cryptocurrencies and let's look at Ethereum, and you look at it in this last month, you're going to see the lowest point is 1,083, and showing that it has way more strength than what the previous low was in the last year, which is $896. So it has a lot more strength. I wish I could have seen it at 1,080. I didn't see that at all because I would love to buy it then, which I guess it dropped somewhere at 6 p.m. yesterday. So I didn't even see that. I would have bought more there, but I ended up buying at like 1,000, I think it was 1,800 or 1,190, like right here. This is where I ended up buying. Matt, you don't think it's better to know that FTX was really running bankrupt? I mean, eventually it would have crashed. He could only mint so many coins before you get caught, like Do Kwon. 100% true. I do believe that it's better to know than not know. But the point is that it's the same way you think of a bank, right? They over leverage themselves. Yes, it's a problem. Banks also over leverage themselves. It's just to the point to where if we all go to a bank and say we want to take our money out, the same thing would happen to that bank that happened to FTX. And CZ knew this, that they over leveraged themselves. So saying that before they can, pay off all of these loans, which could have been paid off in probably a month, not all of them, but, could have been paid heavily in a month because you have a token that's worth, billions of dollars, right? You have an exchange to where people are heavily investing in there and increase investors. If there was nothing that was said, some of those loans would have been paid off before the next day or the next 2 days. But the fact that it has come down, the fact that CZ said that, made it into a situation that they didn't want to get into. Without that tweet, it has a possibility of getting into that situation and also the exchange surviving. So I'm not saying that CZ is totally the bad guy. I think FTX is bad for obviously over leveraging themselves, but if they were given a little bit of time, it would have made it a better situation for the people that are holding an FTX, not just collapsing an exchange and thinking you're going to buy it out. Because now maybe CZ's plan was to buy it out, but he didn't realize how much they were over leveraged. He knew that they were over leveraged, but he didn't know how much they were over leveraged. So it's definitely a difficult situation. I don't want to sit here and say that if CZ didn't do it, FTX would have survived and, they would have learned from their situation, because they wouldn't have learned from their situation. Maybe if there was a scare tactic, they would have learned from their situation, paid off whatever they needed to pay off, make sure they decrease how much they are leveraging, and then they would be good. But it's just an issue. It's a huge issue that it's kind of a what if scenario that we have to play in our minds. What if CZ didn't put out that tweet? Would FTX have the chance? Probably. But I'm not saying it's right for them to do what they did. But I know there's other exchanges, and there's other exchanges that are learning from this. I'll tell you that. They're probably like, oh, wait, you know what? I'm over leveraging myself. Like crypto.com. They knew that they were over leveraging themselves by, doing everything that they're doing, offering all of these different rewards, especially in a down market. So what did they do? Dial back rewards. What did FTX do? Absolutely nothing. That's That's where it's difficult. Doesn't FTX have a ton of BNB? It doesn't matter at that point because BNB, the amount that they would hold, Binance can just buy it up. There's no issue with that at all. And the lower the prices are of a position like that, the more that investors will get into it. So I think they do hold some BNB. I just don't know how much. Thank you for following over here. All the people that did follow. You're saying Bitcoin is going to 13K. It's possible. Crypto isn't backed by anything. It's a scam. Cryptocurrency. It's not about it being. So it is backed by something. So it is backed by the dollar. You look at stable coins, and those are what keep cryptocurrency really stable at the moment. It's not stable as of right now, as you can see it falling, but it keeps it at least a little bit stable by understanding that you can still trade and hold all of these stable coins and make sure that they are stable. Like you're seeing the entire market collapse, but you still see stable coins that are still at $1. Tether still at $1, USDC still at $1, Binance USD, BUSD still at $1. So I would agree that it's not 100% backed by things. Like it's not like Bitcoin is backed by USDC, or USDT or anything like that. But we know that if those end up depegging, then it hurts all crypto because that's where people end up making these swaps. So what about Solana? Solana's starting to look like it's a great price. Down 29% in the last 24 hours, but I know people have their concerns with Solana as well. Luna was pegged by Tether, and that did not stop it crashing. Luna was pegged to USDT, or not USDT, USDC, not backed by Tether. It was backed by BTC. UST was the stablecoin that was backing or supporting Luna. I guess Luna was supporting UST actually, but UST collapsed, and that's what happened with Luna. Luna ended up collapsing not because of people just selling; it's because of dilution. Dilution is a crazy killer of a lot of cryptocurrencies, and obviously Terra Luna Classic was one of them. Seeing that large amount of dilution that hit by going from 200, 300 million coins to 6.7 or 6.9 trillion coins. What makes you think USDT cannot collapse? The reason why it can't collapse, I mean, it can. I'm not saying that it physically cannot. There's nothing that's uncollapsible. But in order for you to collapse something like this, like you look at what's happening with FTX and you look at what's happening across the board, you can see how many transactions are going through Tether. $132 billion have flown through Tether right now. In the last 24 hours, $132 billion. Not looking at like 30 billion or 40 billion or anything like that. $132 billion have driven through Tether in the last 24 hours. Does that mean that it's selling? No, it means that people are trying to hold a stable coin because they don't want to risk it in a regular cryptocurrency, which is understandable. As things are falling, it's totally understandable that they will move over to a cryptocurrency or a stable coin. So with a lot of people holding it, it obviously makes it more difficult for Tether to fall or fail. Now, Tether, to be attacked like UST, you would need a billionaire to attack it with like tens of billions of dollars of volume to see that drop. So I'm not saying that Tether, because from what I heard, Tether is also just printing more Tether. So there's definitely issues there. But I don't think that stable coins, with how many people that are investing in stable coins or holding stable coins right now, is going to collapse. So that would be my opinion. So we have 404 people that are over on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see what I'm looking at, if you're on TikTok, because we got 113 people over here, feel free to go over to YouTube and see what I'm looking at. I can't do any type of multiple screens here because TikTok doesn't let me. And if you're on YouTube, please hit that like button. We have 175 likes, but 400 people here. More money than most countries' GDP. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to see $132 billion go through Tether. Follow the host. Thank you for following. I appreciate all the follows here today. I shorted FTT. Is it a good idea? I think that's okay as long as you don't overdo it, because something may happen. You never know. The news is changing by the day, by the hour actually, and we could see something happen. But $8 billion is a lot for someone to pick up, so I don't expect any bailout anytime soon. I'll tell you that. Matthew, are you buying FTT if it drops under $1? I will consider it. Yeah. Um, I've been considering it where it's at, but I will consider it, especially with all of this, news of, obviously FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried going bankrupt and everything. That may be a good opportunity because FTT token is not going away. But I may see it hit its lows and see a community come behind it and believe what it could be. But then again, do people believe in who stands behind it? So I wouldn't say it's the best idea, but to short the position. But yeah, I think it will drop more. I don't think it's done yet. Matt, I've asked you so many times, but you don't answer. What's going on with Solana? Why is it down so much? Why is Solana down so much? Well, everything's down so much. And also, I know that Solana was a big part of this whole FTX situation because FTX did hold a lot in Solana and actually talked about selling the Solana that they hold in order to buy back their FTT token. But I believe that has come and gone. So I don't know really what's happening with Solana and why it's dropping more than everything else in the market. But it is kind of holding steady from where it was at yesterday. You see it up 6.3% in the last hour. So that's not a horrible situation. It looks way better than where it is. I'm going to decline that. I would, but I'm going to decline that. I've never gone live with somebody on TikTok, and I have multiple people to respond to. It would be very difficult to do that, and then people not know who I'm talking to. So out of respect, I have to decline it. I think there's a lot of great deals. Why hold over a couple of cents? I don't know what you're saying here. Yo, Matt, top of the morning. Top of the morning to you too. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Anybody that's following, I appreciate that as well. Make sure you guys double tap the screen and get some likes here so that we have more people that come in. But here we're talking about, if you're new to where we are or what we're talking about, cryptocurrency, FTT token, FTX. Obviously, that's the big news right now. Dogecoin, I like Dogecoin. All I know is that they do have their own sort of inflation, right? Where you're seeing it increase the overall supply by 5.2 billion every year. That's something that does worry me. I hate dilution, but you live with it. But it is a good position and probably will be worth more, especially with the whole Elon and Twitter situation. If you look at the monthly time frame in the market, has not moved. I'm kind of expecting for Safe Moon, low-key. I don't know about Safe Moon. I was invested in Safe Moon before it went to like V2, I think, but didn't invest a hell of a lot. It was a small amount, like $100. Just purchased a small amount of what? Of Solana, or I'm still thinking about like different positions up here, like Solana, BNB, Ethereum. I want to add more and more Ethereum as the days go on because Ethereum is just, what? Ethereum just has so much potential. I don't know what you're saying here. It's weird. Tron CEO wants to help FTX. I don't know if they can. I mean, you're looking at $8 billion. That's a lot. I can't say that. I can't say that will help. That's funny. Matt, have you looked at the monthly since June? It's ranging. I haven't looked at the monthly since June. Safe Moon must be 18. Just wait, guys. See, CPI numbers come out at 8:30. Could see lower lows, which freaking sucks. How do you have this many things that can go bad, right? Where you have, you know, you think you're at a very low point. I think 17.7 is obviously a very, very low point for Bitcoin. And, Bitcoin goes lower than that and gets down to 15K. And the reason why it gets to 15K is not because of what you would typically see. It's because of what's going on with another exchange. No one would think that we would say, hey, Voyager's going to collapse and then also FTX is going to collapse. Like, no one would think that. I mean, both of them were pushed by YouTubers, not including me. I didn't do it. Not saying I wouldn't have taken a sponsorship if they would have said, hey, we want to sponsor you. Then that would have been my first sponsorship, and it would have sucked if that was my first sponsorship and FTX did all this. But again, I don't want to blame YouTubers at all for that. I feel like if they're offered a sponsorship, they should be able to take the sponsorship, but understand that there are risks in holding with exchanges. Obviously, you can't say that while your channel is being sponsored by it, but Matt, it seemed like you're a fundamental trader. For the most part, yeah. I when I day trade in the stock market, which I haven't day traded in a while because my stocks have not done too well. I don't think anybody's stocks really have done too well. I know it's like I'm trading short term based off of some news and based off of just overall hype within a position. I'm looking for that to run. I need to play an ad here. So you might be right. So what's going on with USDT? Nothing right now. USDT looks good to me. I mean, $132 billion in volume, which is more than what you could say for a lot of other cryptocurrencies that are out there or other stable coins that are out there. $10 billion in volume for USDC, 19 billion for BUSD. I'm technical. Wait, I'm technical markets. Are at a very strong support. Solana is pumping. I do see that. Like I said, it was up, 6% the last time I looked at it. I don't know where it is right now. Yeah, it's up 13% now. You see what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. And that's why Solana could be a good play where it is at. Solana's at 1578. It's here to stay. The Solana validator's about to unstake $51 million of Solana today and put it back to circulating supply. 15% of the supply that's what a price issue is. Matt, what's your take on Gala at this price point? I actually haven't looked at Gala. I can tell you that Gala, the only thing that does scare me in any situation, I'm always mentioning it, dilution. Because you have 6.9 billion coins that is out there versus the total of 35.2 billion. Or if you look at the fully diluted market cap versus the market cap, it's 207 million versus $1 billion in a fully diluted market cap. So understand that that's definitely a play if more is diluted. However, Gala, like I said, in my video that I made over in my my Not Financial Advice channel, I believe it's going to really change the game when it comes to gaming. Now, this price point, if we look at it compared to where it's been in the last month, it's sort of that like midpoint, I guess. Looking at it at 2.5 cents versus being at about 5 cents. If we look at it over the last year, we're going to see it at 83 cents. Can it find a way to get back up to that point? I think it definitely can. That would be only a $6 billion market cap. So potential where it is right now shows a ton of potential. Who knows how much the dilution will be? This might be an opportunity to make a move into this situation. So let me go back here and look at all history. So you've seen this up to what, 80, 70 cents or so. And let's look at the last day or 7 days. We've seen this down to about 2.9 cents or 3 cents, up to 4 cents, 4.3 cents. And then you see this at this low of 2.5 cents. So we haven't really seen much of a drop from Gala over these last couple of days, which is interesting because everything else is hit pretty hard. So Gala looks pretty strong where it is. And if it did drop more, it would create even more of a buying opportunity. But right now, looks like a good price point. You may end up seeing more of a drop. However, with the current circulating supply and growth potential and what you can see with history, it shows a lot of potential, a lot of growth on the way up. You're looking at not only like a 10x return, but you can see much more than that. So I'm excited to see that. I might end up buying some Gala at these price points at 3 cents. That might have to be it. Yeah. Matt, where would you put 1K into crypto long term? So right now, the only thing I really trust are some of the bigger players because you never know how much these smaller players are going to be hit. So whether you're talking about ADA, you're talking about Ethereum, you're talking about, I'm not so sure I really trust Bitcoin at the moment because I understand that it is one of my top 10, but I'm not so sure that it won't drop more. I'm just looking at it right now, something that's catching my eye that I would invest into if it found a way to get back down to 15K or anything like that. I mean, I feel like these rides will be interesting, but I feel like there's stronger rides that you can put your money into. So something like Ethereum or something like maybe even Solana. Solana seems to be running right now. I wouldn't put it in now because it's up, 16% in the last hour, and I don't like investing on runs. That's just me. Matic is a great play as well. It's currently at a good price compared to where it was. So it actually was at a better price yesterday. Seeing this at 80, 70 cents. So in the last day, it was at 77 cents, which is a great buying point. That's actually a penny away from where I said my buy was over on Patreon. You're seeing an increase just from that moment, from that place, and getting back to where it was at $1.28. You're seeing a decent amount of growth. Did you get more Krill coin yesterday? I got 1,000 more coins. Goodbye. So I didn't get more Krill coin yesterday. I have 10,000. If I go over to my crypto portfolio, I have 10,000. You can see a lot of things are down with this down market. But I have 10,000 Krill coin worth about $2,800. $2,837. Yeah, and I'm happy with the Krill coin that I have. Thank you, Richard, for that $10 super chat, by the way. I don't think I said it, but thank you. You don't think we still got at least 2K to the downside on BTC before it reverses? So I was one of those people that didn't believe that it would drop more. Now with what's happening here, it depends on what happens with FTX and the coming news, but I definitely think there's more room to drop depending on what happens with this overall play here. It's not based on technicals at this point for me. It's more based on the news, the new news, the breaking news, all of these different things that impact these markets. It depends on that right now. So do I think it has a possibility? Why did you invest in Krill? One, because of the low circulating supply. That's the main reason, really. And two, because of the the movement that we've seen, the popularity that it gets out of nowhere, with the fact that it does have a lower supply. It takes less volume to see it run, especially at these lower price points. Currently, it's at 29 cents, which is an extremely low price. That's really good, because I bought at 36 cents. My last purchase, I bought at 36 cents. So this is not a bad price point to buy at. You know, you can buy another 1,000 for $290. So it's making me want to buy more and more and more and more. This is what interests me about cryptocurrency, is that no matter how much something drops, no matter how much a project drops, the project will never be gone. The project is here. It will be worth a lot less, but it will never be 100% gone. So if you see things that fall all the way down, you're never going to lose 100% of your investment by a business going bankrupt. You know, if FTT or FTX goes bankrupt, right? Which they are, and, you know, Sam Bankman-Fried goes bankrupt. Is that going to affect FTT? Yes, it will. But you know what? It's still a cryptocurrency in the end, and there will be investors into it. So if you find the right price to invest in at, you can still make money from that. That's what's interesting. You know, that makes me, obviously think about cryptocurrency in a different light. Like, you're not going to have something that's completely delisted from the markets. It could be delisted from certain exchanges, but it's still tradable on certain blockchains, which just makes it that much more amazing. Everything is a good purchase now. It seems that way. Tether just depegged. Is that considered a depeg if it's not at 98 cents? Because it's at 98.5 cents. Yeah, Tether is now back at $1. So it's very you better buy some FTT. I think FTT is going to drop a little bit more. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I'm waiting on a better price. Keep watching. Tether. Tether's currently at 98 cents. So I thought it went back up to $1. It's currently at 98 cents. It's back up to $1 there. So it goes back and forth. Why do developers make so many coins at first, and when they have to burn or other ideas of lower supply to raise the price? So that wasn't the reason for, let's say, Terra Luna Classic. We're trying to burn Terra Luna Classic. I would say the reason why we're doing that is because of what happened with the overall Terra Luna situation, right? Where they minted way too much in order to support UST, when I don't think there should have been that much of an effort. But if you have a coin that's specifically there to burn, that makes it a better situation, especially if it can be very popular. So say something like Lunatic's token. They have 100 billion coins. It's not trillions or anything like that, but 100 billion coins. If they burn down the supply, so it keeps going back and forth from 98 cents to $1. If they burn down the supply, it increases the price value, but they slowly do that. So it's not something that rapidly increases the price, but it shows that if you hold, then you can gain more value, not only by just gaining more utility and gaining more popularity. You can grow by seeing the supply burn down. It's just like, let's say you hold a pair of Yeezys or whatever, a pair of sneakers that is super expensive, right? And there's only 10 made in the world. And someone decides, you know what? I'm going to wear these shoes and just mess them up. And they end up, breaking them in and messing them up and tearing them to pieces. Well, now there's only 9 available. And if there's only 9 available, it makes the 9 more valuable. So that's really their mindset behind making some of these coins. FTX. What's happening with FTX? What are you talking about? Like this whole situation with FTX? What happens to my USDT margin if USDT crashes? It won't be good for you if you have margin in USDT. I don't try and that's kind of over leveraging yourself there. I wouldn't. I don't do that. I don't trade on margin, so it's not a good situation. You can obviously get margin called. You know, your proposal for adding the buy button on Terra Station passed. Do you think it will happen soon? So, yes, it has passed, and we have teams or exchanges and people that are looking into this, and they're taking the lead on this. Right now, from what I heard, it's placed on the back burner. It's not something that's the most important thing. But it is something that is very important, and I think they're working on really getting that done. It's more difficult than people think, because people think, oh, just add a buy button, but it's more difficult because obviously you need the coins to be able to buy. You need a level of coins to be able to buy, because there's a lot of people that are willing to buy on Terra Station directly because it makes it easier. But you know, you also need the overall you need the overall process of being able to do it set up completely. So the way that they're doing it, I think Coinin is really, you know, taking the bull by the horns in order to do that. I haven't talked to them in a little bit, so I probably want to reach out to them in order to get an understanding of that. You think Solana is dead? No, I don't think Solana is dead. It's up like 11% today. Not today, not in the last 24 hours, but if we look at the last hour, it's up 11.5%, up to $15. So one thing that really grinds my gears is most people in crypto talk about making money in a crash. If crypto is the end goal, why are people in it to convert to cash? A bunch of posers. So I wouldn't say that people are posers. I think if crypto is the future, what a lot of people are trying to do is understand the best way to get to that future. When you invest in something, when you invest in a business, it's a different story. You're investing in a business, you're hoping to see it through, but you're also expecting to be paid out during, right? So it's the same way here. You're investing into cryptocurrency knowing that it will be the future as a form of payment. A lot of things will be a form of payment or in metaverse and stuff like that, but not everything will be that cut and dry. Not everything will be that clear. So if you have cryptocurrencies that are, you know, have their use cases, and while things are running, your sole purpose is to make money and you believe in other cryptocurrencies more, then the other cryptocurrencies are for the long term. These cryptocurrencies are for the short term and making money. So we know that people's interests lie on greed. There's a lot of people that are like, hey, you know, I'm just greedy. I just want profit, and it's understandable. So that's why, you know, we will talk about this like that. But for the long term, I have my cryptocurrencies that I want to invest into for the long term. I have my passive income strategies through these long-term investments, supporting these overall projects and businesses like CRO and like Terra Luna Classic and like, Ethereum. So I understand where you're coming from. I'm not going to say that you're completely wrong, but yeah, people that talk about crypto care about profit, and some people a little bit more than others. You know, other people will care about profit so much that they will push more of an MLM approach on you and say, oh, I'm investing into Hex. No offense to anybody that invests in Hex. They'll say, I'm investing into Hex coin or token. And you need to invest into it as well. And they're like, why? And it's because the price is going up. It's going to skyrocket. So if you want to make money, you can get into Hex. And then they'll say, oh, well, why can't I just wait it out and just see, Hex run And they're like, well, I need you to invest because I invested and I need another person to invest and I need other people to invest. If we all get others to invest, you create a pyramid of investors. And obviously that's not what you want. Glad your voice is getting better. Yeah, it's not bad. I can't complain. Well, I can complain a little bit, but yeah, I'm glad it is getting a lot better. Still coughing, but it's getting a lot better. Those children are upstairs. Let me go say. I want to go say bye to them. Yeah, I want to go say bye to them because Harper's gonna go on the bus soon. So give me 1 second, just one singular moment. All right. She got freaking banana on my shirt, man, or on my jacket. Now what do I do? How do I get this off? Come on, man. It's just horrible. Anyways, how you doing? I'm back on TikTok way before I'm back on YouTube, but there's like a 15-second delay. Yeah, I think I think USTC or USDT is solid. I know people are sort of concerned about what's going to happen with it, and thinking that while the markets crash, stablecoins are crashing. And I would say that I don't think that stablecoins are really where we're focused right now. I think a lot of people are focused on the major tokens, the major cryptocurrencies, not just stablecoins. So yes, it's always a thought like, what if USDT crashes? But I don't think that's where everyone's mind is. Everybody's mind is on, Bitcoin, Ethereum, FTT, XRP, every position that's out here that's down a hell of a lot. That's where our mind is on. Our mind wanders to. Who wants a Bitcoin when you can have a whole coin? Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna take that somewhere because I now think that uh that I'm a comedian. So I'm gonna go up and do a stand up, all cryptocurrency related. Love on the kiddos every chance you get. Yeah, 100%. Something about hearing giggles in the morning that uh can brighten your day. Yeah, yeah. I love those two children, obviously, and my wife. I love my family. So I'm so happy to have them while, you know, while you guys are here as well. You guys are my family. Everybody on TikTok, on Twitch, on YouTube, everywhere. Um, I spend so much time with you guys as well. So you guys are family as well. You don't get any Christmas presents, but you know, that would be a lot of Christmas presents. I can't do that. Um, do you believe in crypto? Do you believe crypto is going to crash even harder? So it depends on this situation. It depends on how this all plays out. We know that um, Sam Bankman-Fried is going bankrupt. We know that Binance, as you can see here from this article, 2 hours ago, it was a little bit. It was probably like 3 hours ago at this point. Cryptocurrency giant Binance walks away from the bailout. So even though they were saying that that CZ was going to think about this overall bailout and do his due diligence, now they have walked away because the situation is worse than what anybody else thought. You know, Matt, you the man. Thank you for saying that. We love you as well, Matthew. Thank you. Kids laughing is the best sound in the world. It is. Hey Matt, any statistics on how much crypto is spent on purchases? I use it like stocks just to buy and sell. Last question. No, I appreciate your questions. I appreciate the super chats as well. But I don't think there are any statistics on how much is used for purchases because they're used for purchases on different things. So I'm sure you have those statistics through like BitBuy or any of the platforms to purchase with cryptocurrency. So like the one that AMC uses, which I think is like BitPay or something. Um, yeah, I think that's them. But I'm sure they have statistics there. I don't know where you would get those, but overall, I would say that people are probably not using cryptocurrency to purchase right now, because cryptocurrency is not as stable unless you obviously have stable coins. So for me, I know anytime it comes to buying something, I would rather use cash. I would never go out of my way and use cryptocurrency right now unless that was the only thing that I was holding. Like if I had cryptocurrency and I was cryptocurrencyed out and I was able to buy a house with cryptocurrency, I was able to buy, I don't know, Xbox games with cryptocurrency or cameras or anything like that. Pay my credit card bills with cryptocurrency. Would love that, right? If that was the case and I only had that available, then yes, I would use it. But right now, most people are not using cryptocurrency as a form of payment. And I think that will change as we see people that adapt to the metaverse or adopt the metaverse, whatever metaverse that may be, and people that are able to spend with whatever cryptocurrency is the native currency of that metaverse. Then yes, you're going to see a lot of spending there, a lot of purchases and a lot of spending because that's the only way that they can purchase. It's not through a dollar, it's through whatever token, you know? Realistically speaking, Matt, do you see LUNC hitting 1 cent in a few years? So do I see it hitting 1 cent? Understand that 1 penny for Terra Luna Classic is a $60 billion market cap. That's not unreasonable. That is high, but it's not unreasonable. So do I see it hitting 1 penny? Yes. The question is, do I see it hitting higher than 1 penny? That's where you have to worry about a lot of burns that are factoring into it. You have kids stomping around upstairs. Not that I'm, saying that they wouldn't burn a hell of a lot or burn half their supply. But even if they burn half their supply, that still brings up a $60 billion market cap at 2 cents. So the question is, can it get a lot higher. I think 1 penny is inevitable. I think it will happen. And I think a lot of people will have a ton of profit up to that level, but the question still remains, can it go a lot further than that? So, and it all depends on the variables. You love my honesty? Thank you. That's what I try and preach here is honesty and transparency. That's why people stick with me and understand where I'm coming from. And even if I do get attacked by some people and people say, oh, this person has this wallet and is getting BNB for all of this other stuff. I had people that tried to attack me, but since I'm so transparent and show everything, it's not believable. So people can try and attack me all they want, but it doesn't work because I put everything out there. I trust Coinbase. I watched an interview with the owner, very wise man. Yeah, I trust Coinbase as well. That's why I'm invested with Coinbase. And a lot of people will say, hey, Coinbase had their issues and had talks about bankruptcy and all that. But I do trust what Coinbase is doing. They don't over leverage themselves. You're not seeing a ton of APYs that you end up paying out, anything like that. So after this crash, what do you think about 2023? It's strange that FTX pulled everything down. This also says something about trust in crypto. Yeah, that's something that people are going to have to deal with, is trusting the system of crypto. And I guess now we have another thing to look out for, which is institutions, or not institutions, but CEXs that over leverage themselves. If we're seeing things that are saying, hey, come to this platform and get $100 of free crypto or something, I'm probably not going to invest into that position. If it's something where it's like $20 or $10 or something, yeah, I'll make that move because it's sustainable, right? You're trying to get people on there and you can always change that. But then if you also offer, 8% APY or 10% APY or whatever on all of these different stablecoins without any type of limits, yeah, I'm going to look at it and go, that's not sustainable. I'm not going to buy it. I want cheese. What does that mean? Oh, like what the kids are saying? Hayden always wants cheese. Bet there's more bankruptcy coming. Probably. You have no idea if they're lying to. That's true. You don't. You just have to make your moves based on what's the best situation for you. Who's cutting the cheese around here? I don't know what you're talking about. It makes sense, I guess. I guess to purchase if you're up. It makes sense, I guess, to purchase if you're up. Yeah, I mean, right now I can say that overall in the last year, I'm up on the amount that I've gained, just because I can say Terra Luna Classic is definitely a big factor in why I am up so much. Everything else has really come down quite a bit. But if I look at my overall position, I'm up because of the fact that I only invested $40 in Terra Luna Classic and turned it into $22,000. That's the only reason that I am up. And obviously that grows more and more. And that was the position that really was the turning point for me. Because without that, at the current value, which is around, I think 16, or no, it's at like 14,000. I would be minus 14,000 in my overall portfolio, which is somewhere around 50,000. So I would be back down to $36,000, which is very close to where my break-even point would be, plus all of the money that I put into the markets. Crazy thing is, I think Harper is late for her bus. If they just left, I think she's late for her bus. I mean, there's always a gray area, because the bus driver sometimes like speeds through and comes here 5 minutes early, and sometimes he comes here like 2 minutes late. So it's like you have to wait there like 20 minutes early in order to get the right time. Where's the best? When is the best time to buy BTC? Um, the best time to buy BTC? So definitely in whenever I buy something, it's always in a point where I'm seeing it decrease. Currently, you're seeing this at 16.5. If you saw this in the last 24 hours, you can see this at 15.6. So about $1,000. It's almost $1,000 up from where it was at its low. That's difficult for me to take in because as of late, that grew by $1,000. But then when you look at it, and then when you look at it as a whole, you're like, okay, it's still down 7%. So it's not a horrible time to invest into it. It just depends on what you want out of the situation. Do you want short-term gains? Do you want long-term gains? It really depends. I'm talking over a minute behind. Yeah, pretty much. For some reason, the chat is way behind the stream for me. Lately, you read them, then I see them much later. Oh, that's weird. That's very weird. I don't have it on slow-mo mode. I do want to put it on subscribers only. I mean, it's only 10 minutes left. What's your thoughts on the market? Do you think it will fall? So it depends on what's happening with this FTX situation. We've saw a large impact from FTT and seeing it down like 90%. We're seeing FTX and understanding the situation, understanding that bankruptcy is probably going to happen. Are we going to have bailouts from multiple places? It could be possible to gain investors, but I would say, billions of dollars that needs to be that people need to come up with, or businesses need to come up with, partners would need to come up with, is not impossible, but it's very difficult, especially after how far FTT has decreased and FTX has decreased as well. The amount of users has declined by a hell of a lot. Quant. What has happened in the quant? I think quant was decreasing as well. Quant was moving for a while. Where is quant? Quant. It's at $112. That's not bad at all. If it finds a way to come back down to where I was going to originally invest at $40, I will buy more. But if it doesn't come back down to those levels, I'm going to sit on what I have. I only have two. And right now it's still lower than my cost basis. But yeah, I feel as though I want to buy a lot more, but I want to buy it at a much lower price point. Do you think investing in Referral and staking on DeFi is a good idea? So I don't know what. Do I know what Referral is? It sounds familiar, but I haven't reviewed it like ever. I have reviewed it one time. Staking on the DeFi wallet depends how much you get, because if you're looking at this, you do have dilution, where you're looking at 33.3 million versus the $233 million market cap, which is not horrible. If we look at all history based by market cap, we're not going to see anything there. But all history showing how this has decreased from 17 cents down to 4 cents doesn't really show too much positivity in that history. So do I think it's a good idea? I think you can probably put it in a better place, in that this is not it, because the volume that you see in here, you're not seeing enough. $140,000 in volume. That's not enough. And I don't know how much popularity you have, but looks like just crypto.com, VVS Finance. So yeah, I would hold off. Hell yeah, the chat has been messed up for the past week. It's difficult to keep up. They're two different chats now. Before, no matter what, mods were able to see both chats as one, and now it's quite a split / slow. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. It didn't stop falling. What didn't stop falling? Didn't it stop falling? Yes. You're talking about crypto, because I have it as the title, Crypto Keeps Falling. it is looking like it's starting to push up now. You're seeing overall crypto, Ethereum up 1%. You see BNB up 1%. You see Solana up 10.5%. So obviously things are starting to come back and make moves again. So you're right. Tether lost its peg. It keeps going back and forth with losing its peg and not losing its peg, but it's fine. I wouldn't worry about stablecoins right now. This is not where the worry comes into play. I think the worry for me is around cryptocurrencies, not stablecoins. Buy low, sell high. Explain yourself. Thanks, Matt. Gonna watch a movie and sleep. See you later. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be getting off in like 6 minutes anyways, so I do appreciate you being here and chatting it up and all that stuff. So same thing with everybody else. Of course, but it's not a catalyst. You're stoned, man. All the coughing. No, I just got off from being sick. Like it's my work. I got off from being sick. No, I'm just getting over being sick. So it's like at that end phase to where you're just coughing constantly. And I literally hate this phase because it's like where once you go to sleep, it's like you're coughing up a storm and it doesn't go away. USDT is down. Why? USDT is not down. Well, slightly. It keeps going from peg to repegging. And so there's people, I guess, that are concerned with USDT. There's people that are concerned with maybe stable coins now because of how the markets are rolling, and it always brings into the mind regulation. It always brings into their mind what happened with UST. So why don't you go to 9 anymore? Well, today I'm not going to 9. I usually go to 8:30 because I have other things that I want to do. So I always go on Patreon, release some content on Patreon. So if you guys want to join the Patreon, the link to that is over here. Let me go ahead and just share it. How do I share it? Copy link. So yeah, you can go over to Patreon. I post on Patreon today. I'm gonna try and post something before I leave, but I actually have somewhere I need to go today, and I'm probably gonna be gone for pretty much the whole day. But that's why I need to get off at 8, so I'm getting off a little bit earlier than I normally do, which I typically get off at like 8:30. I go from 6 o'clock usually to 8:30. But for today, I'm only going till 8, which is about a half an hour or an hour and a half. I would love to go a lot longer, and I will go a lot longer as soon as the crypto markets push up and are heavy. Like we're seeing a ton of investing and green, in the markets, positivity in the markets. Yes, I will go a lot longer, but it really all depends on what's happening. So, are you here every day? Cheers from Brazil. I'm pretty much here every weekday. I know there's some days where I, maybe can't live stream on TikTok, but I can try to, and I want to do it more frequently, but do it in a better setting where it's not just looking at me. You're also looking at the screen that I'm looking at, which is a big deal. So, yes, I'm here every weekday to answer your question and not give you a friggin' long answer. That's what I do is over explain things. You got to clean the kitchen or something? No, I don't got to clean the kitchen. Is that like a euphemism or something? No, I don't have to clean the kitchen. Um, Actually, I think I do have to clean the kitchen, but that's not what I need to do. All I know is I'm a huge Marvel fan, and Black Panthers this weekend, and I'm glad that I'm able to go see it, but I can't see it in IMAX screen because it's all sold out. So it sucks, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm interested to see what happens in the market today. I'm interested to see what happens in the market in general, and if we can come back from this. But I'm definitely going to make some moves. I want to buy some more Ethereum like right now. and hold more Ethereum because I have money to spare at this point or right now. Please, can you check out? I can't do that now. I would have to do that another time. Richard, thank you for that $5 super chat. But make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Again, here's my Patreon. I'll post it to the, I'll pin it to the chat. So in this poll, there's my Patreon. If you guys want to join the Patreon, feel free to go and follow me over there. Again, Richard, thank you for that super sticker. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. All right, I deleted and re-downloaded your YouTube. Is that the reason why? It's not bath day? No, you know that's Sunday. Just playing. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. Again, my Patreon link is in the description, also pinned to the top of the chat. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Good luck on all your trades today. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the members. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And thank you to everybody that's on Twitch. Hopefully we're all millionaires.